6 shots 6-0 players are hitting in their warm-up that you should too. This is the controlled volley. So this is the controlled volley. We're gonna go backhand to forehand, my backhand to Natalie's forehand. And why it's so important is it's getting my head under the ball and helping me with ball control, right? And what I mean by ball control is all of a sudden, right, you can do anything you want with the ball. The controlled volley is the foundation to your speed up, your dink roll winner, your lob. One of the biggest leaps in my game personally came when I started mastering the controlled volley on my forehand, because then I could attack balls that I never thought were attackable before. But more importantly, I could hold off on an attack till the last second and decide, do I want to attack this ball or do I want to dink it? So here's what that looks like, right? So if we're doing controlled volleys, I can at the last second speed it up or not, right? So I didn't want to speed that one up. Maybe I'll do that one. But it's in my control, and it's only made possible by warming up the controlled volley. This is very much a 6-0 warm up, and I think one of the most difficult shots in the game. It's funny how like the slower you go, the harder it is, right? Like that takes a tremendous amount of skill to feather a volley outside of attack range. But it also is what ends up opening the whole world to you once you master it. And it wouldn't be a pro level warm up without warming up your ATPs. So something I almost never see my students warm up, at least intentionally, is an ATP. So my sister and I, when we play, we'll give each other an ATP. So Natalie, the next one, I'm gonna give you an ATP. Nice. And what I'd love to see Natalie do is like this next one, I don't know if it's gonna be there or not, so I'd like to see her look for it and be able to hold off if it's not there. I would always ask your partner to give you ATPs. If this is too hard for you to do, make it simple. I'm gonna give you an ATP. So I'm gonna stand here, because it's not about me, I'm warming up my partner. I'm gonna give you an ATP. Help your partner warm up their ATPs. You can feed it if you want. And while I'm working on my ATP, I'm not actually trying to make all of them, right? Like, I'm okay going for one and missing it, because I'm kind of trying to get my eyes adjusted to what's available and what's not. The ATP is all about the eyes. Yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna make that or miss it. I made it, I'm adjusting my eyes. But to do that, that's definitely there. To make the ATP successfully, it's all about recognition. So something I like to do is as soon as it leaves her paddle, I'll actually say to myself, it's there, or it's not there. So like the second it leaves her paddle, I'm gonna say it's there or it's not there. Not there. Maybe, yes. It's awkward, right? And you're gonna get it wrong sometimes, but I swear one thing that will help you with ATPs is just telling yourself right away, do you think it's there or not? Be okay with failing. You'd rather fail now in warm up than when you're attempting an ATP in the middle of the match at 5-all and you didn't warm them up and you haven't hit a successful one in 2 months. So again, I'm just gonna say whether or not I think it's there. That's there for sure. I missed it, but I don't mind missing it because I always think if I can get it wide, if I can get it around, I can get it in. So when I'm warming up my ATP, I'm just trying to get it around the post. I'm not worried about it going in. Does that make sense? With good footwork, you should be able to pull off the ATP at the last second and make it. Now we want to warm up our lobs. Natalie is now going to warm up something I almost never see my students warm up, and that's the lob. So she's gonna look for any dink I hit that's a little high, nice. And she'll probably do a couple volley lobs, and then she'll probably do a couple bounce lobs. Perfect. And she's aiming for those corners. Now you want to do a bounce one. That's your best one, nice. So with the left side lob, I'm actually looking to go one-handed over the right side player's shoulder, like that. I don't lob much from the left, but I think it's so important to warm up, just for feel purposes even. And you never know when someone's gonna be in front of you that doesn't have a good overhead. And you don't even need to hit that good of a lob. The mistake I see almost all my students make is they're trying to hit perfect lobs versus pick the perfect time. Bounce. Perfect. So I went from missing it by 3 feet to back of the line. So I want to see if I can find something in between. And that's my in between. I don't like where that landed actually. I want it to land in the corners of the court. Okay, now I'm going to look for the lob, but one-handed volley. Yep. Again, I'd rather see that a little bit more in the corner of the court, not so much middle. But I feel like my lobs are warmed up now. I went from missing it 3 feet to missing it by a couple inches to back of the line to then 3 feet in the court. It's kind of like putting, right? When you putt as a golfer, now you know we have to warm up those 1-2 combos. Super important. We cannot leave here without warming up our 1-2 combos. This is a cooperative drill. So my sister's going to be working on a slow speed up, murdering the second, and I'm not going to murder my counter, right? So she's going to speed up. I'm just going to try to either like block or reset because it's a cooperative drill. Perfect ball. Now let's evolve it. She's gonna work on her 1-2s, but I'm gonna counter now. It's like we planned this. Ah, I'm alive. Ow. Right in the wrist. Natalie, I win the points in my videos. We've talked about this. Terrible sister.
Playing with my sister in one word is... That may have been a few more words than I.
So again, this was really important. When we first started it, I gave her the grace to warm them up. So I didn't murder it, right? There's no worse feeling than I'm trying to warm up my combos and my partner's hitting me in the chest. So can I warm up mine? All right. And I can do that because I know she's not going to kill me. I need to warm it up. And so you'll actually see how much slower mine are. They're almost like bait balls. Nice and slow, because I really want to be on my 2. So Natalie, now feel free to counter. Nice. And my personal favorite, we cannot forget about the drop shot. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, but lately Anna Lee has been hitting a lot of 4th shot drop shots. And I'm a huge fan of warming up the drop shot. As defense gets so good and paddle technology gets so advanced, we need a way to just finish the point versus thinking we always have to keep our opponents back. So I also really love the drop shot because if I'm executing my drop shot well, it means I'm low. It means I'm low. There are days where I'll finish 3 games of rec play and I'll go, I didn't hit a single drop shot. And I know that means I wasn't low enough. So I'm really gonna feel on my drop shot that my first move is to get my head under the ball. So like right here. And it should feel like nothing changes. When I make contact with that, I don't come up. I don't need the paddle to help me. I just have to maintain that lowness. Here's the drop. So we'll go show you cross court for the drop. The other thing I'm feeling is just like I want nothing to change. Like I could be hitting it hard or I could be dropping it. You can't read it. You can't tell. Again, that's all going to come from me feeling absurdly under the ball. Here's the drop. Right? So nothing's gonna change about my setup, right? If I wanted to hit that hard, I could hit it hard. Natalie, I want you to tell me if you can see when I'm gonna drop. And for the 6th and final 6-0 warm-up protocol, we need, that's right, you guessed it, some Storm energy drink. 200 milligrams of caffeine to fuel me throughout my long training days and tournament days. Similar to the ATP is the Erne in terms of getting our eyes to recognize it and using the warm-up as the place to make that attempt versus in game. So I don't mind if I fault here. I don't mind if I miss it in the net. I gotta warm it up, right? So I think sometimes we're scared to warm things up because we're scared of failure, but you gotta think of the warm-up as the place for failure. So don't give it to me too easy, right? I wanna work for it. Nice. Oh, double. Nice. There we go. It's way less about the physical execution here, guys, and more about the recognition of, do we think it's there or not? So I'm gonna call it as soon as it's leaving our paddle, yes or no. No. Maybe. Nope. Yes. Same thing, I'm just gonna call it. Nope. Yeah, for sure.